Welcome in, McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. It is 7 a.m. Thursday, April 30th, right here on Jocks. Regions tradition yesterday. How was the on-course golf, G-Mac?
It was good. It was good. I mean, wet conditions, as you can imagine, but really fun and great environment. A lot of cool people out there. A lot of good time spent. I got out of there. It was a long day. I told Meredith, I'm like, man, I'm dead. I didn't get out of there till about 2:45 or 3 o'clock. So it was a long day, but it was fun. It was really fun. And the course held up pretty well, relatively speaking. And I think it'll be a great event this weekend. That's for sure.
Who's the favorite to win out there this weekend?
I don't know exactly. I didn't get to see everybody play. I played with Retief Goosen, and he won last week and played really well yesterday for the most part. But Stuart Sink's probably the favorite. I mean, he's been dominating here in the early part of the Champions Tour season.
Did you really just said that?
Yeah.
How dominant has he been?
He's won like 3 out of the first 6 events. Is that good?
I just would like another show that is not the trying to think of the name of the golf podcast that was on the driving range yesterday. I can't remember the name of it, but another show not
the
named
Smiley Show?
No, it was like
Foreplay Pod.
That actually something close to that, but I don't think that was it. Because I had a buddy of mine's kids were waiting for Alex Mortensen to sign their little flag or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think they kept him on for 45 minutes. And I was like, what is a
45?
golf podcast asking a football coach for 45 minutes? Nonetheless, I would like to see somebody else do a show where they give you updates on how the senior tour has been going so far.
Well, it's local.
And who's been dominating.
We're keeping it local.
I think it's impressive that you even know that.
Well, I know it for a variety of different reasons. 1, he's local. 2, he was in the mix to be the Ryder Cup captain when Tiger Woods stepped away. But he's playing so well on tour, I think there was some scuttlebutt about him turning it down, which led to Jim Furyk taking it over because he was playing so well. He didn't really want to walk away from the opportunity. And I think he could become like one of the first guys to win. I mean, he could win all. I think they said something about him winning like all 4 majors. He's playing that well. So, which would be like a Tiger Slam, if you will. So there's a variety of different reasons why I know that. It also came up yesterday. Somebody played with him who I'm buddies with, saw him waiting in line at the valet, getting our cars. He's like, yeah, this guy made an eagle and 3 birdies and made it look really easy throughout today. So came up a few different times.
Anybody else impress you on the course yesterday? Non-professionals or look really bad?
No, you only see the guys in your own group. I played with John Parker. So it was great to play with him. I thought he played pretty well. Played with Chris Stewart. Got to spend some time with him. Hadn't played with Chris I've never played with Chris before and hadn't really spent a lot of time with Chris outside of seeing him before and after Alabama games. And he played pretty well as well. It was hard because the course was really wet, so being long was advantageous. And then Norm Waldrop, who is everyone's favorite foot and ankle specialist at Andrews Sports Medicine. So we had a really fun group.
Waldrop was playing with you guys?
Waldrop was with us. Yep. Foot and ankle specialist. And he signed some autographs yesterday. And rightfully so. Who wouldn't want a world-renowned foot and ankle specialist to sign their Regent's pin flag?
There may be no tightrope without him.
No. I think it was, I was telling people, I was like, do you need to get his autograph too? And plenty of people did. And Norm was like, no. I don't need to sign your thing. He's like, kids insisted, and he did. He was great about it. It's super fun. Really good group.
Love it. It was a fun day yesterday. We had, a lot of different things that we talked about, a lot of different things that we discussed. I want to revisit some of the conversations we had with some of the coaches from yesterday because I thought they were pretty cool. But there is one thing that I think we need to get to that is of big importance. The commissioner of the SEC gave us some big news yesterday. I mean, that was something that I don't know if I saw coming. We'll get to that as it pertains to the college football playoff in just a moment. Before we do any of this, I need you to tell our friends about Bromberg's.
Well, Bromberg's been my go-to for a very long time. I love going over there, seeing some friends, And I've really, anything I've ever needed, I've just purchased from Bromberg's, especially when it comes to wedding gifts, to anniversaries, to birthdays. It's the go-to for me and has been for this community for nearly 200 years. And now they're the exclusive destination for David Yurman jewelry, the only authorized retailer in the area. So they offer those iconic designs for both men and women. And it's a shopping experience you can trust. So visit Bromberg's in Mountain Brook or at the Summit and discover David Yurman exclusively at Bromberg's.
I'm glad that our conversation has started the way that it has this morning, because there's an important topic that I don't think normally we would have gotten to, that we need to get to and we need to cover today. And it's something that I'm not sure how you're going to react to. I don't know if you're going to be okay with it. But we had to at least get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Something that, when you consider what we have talked about on this show for the last, 2 years or so.
Yeah.
It's been a staple in our conversations.
Look how big.
That is up there.
Look how stars.
There's a portion of this that we have utilized. Look how big.
Look how stars.
But something's happening, Greg.
Oh boy.
Something's taking place.
Oh no.
There's bad news coming.
Oh boy.
Don't know if you're aware of this or not.
I don't know if I am.
Were you aware? Now, this is semi-confusing because part of this whole act is coming back from the dead. But I do feel like it signifies at least something also going to its death.
Okay. I can't tell if this is serious or not, so I'm trying to decide if I should be laughing.
It's very serious. It's very serious.
All I can think about is Phantom of the Opera right now. I don't know why that's
fine
in
too.
my mind.
I think somebody dies in that, so it works. Per the Wall Street Journal, which I know you are a regular reader of.
I am. The Journal is what we like to call it. Us subscribers.
The Journ.
Where else would you get your daily crypto updates?
Whoa.
Live Golf plans to tell its players and staff by today that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund will end its funding for the Upstart League. However, the PGA Tour is not ready to welcome back those who jump ship.
No.
In other words, Liv, you're dead.
Say goodbye.
Now's your chance, Greg, to say so long to all the golf in shorts, DJs on tee boxes.
Bye, Felicia. Bye, Felicia.
You know the real loser here, guys?
The players.
It's a CW.
The agents.
The hell are they going to put on in weekends?
Oh, they've been carrying some football and basketball. I think they'll be fine. And now they're
really?
on
Those ACC games they're showing?
There were some pretty good games on there.
There was one good game.
By the way, now they're on
we made a big deal about it.
It's on ESPN now, so I think they're going to be okay.
We got UFL, so we're fine.
I'll be honest with you. This has been a long time coming.
What are all those teams called? The Snakes?
The Silver Snakes. The Blue Barracudas.
The Tee Boxes?
Purple Iguanas, yeah.
The Purple Iguanas.
Yeah.
The Green Monkeys.
The Skulls?
The Skulls.
All those teams no longer
the Bones. The Skulls.
What are we going to root for now? What are we going to root for?
Oh, this is so disappointing. How is these? Where am I supposed to watch Cameron Gooch or Taylor Gooch?
Who are the golfers they're not welcoming back? 'Cause I imagine it's not massive names.
I honestly don't know what I would do without Harold Varner III.
Who does?
I've been sitting there wondering for a while now. I mean, I'm talking a really long time, trying to figure out where I'm be able to watch Louis Oosthuizen play good golf.
Yesterday.
I mean, Brendan Grace being gone, I don't know what I'm going to do. And letting them back on the tour. You can't just jump over the PGA of America's guys. No, sir. Does that mean that we are now going to get a really high quality effort from Dustin Johnson?
No. He already collected his checks.
Yes.
Did all of the golfers get all their money up front?
No, I
All
don't know
those
if they got it
gigantic-
all up front, but someone tells me they're probably going to make just a clean exit here and move on and be done with it. That's my assumption. Don't know that for sure.
Steven in Texas tweeting in at Greg McElroy was right. Stuart Sink is your betting favorite to win this weekend. He and Steven Alker.
Oh, Stevie.
Old Steve.
Who was our guy yesterday that I was watching on the range, John? Do you remember?
Nope.
Michael McBride or something?
I'll tell you who looked good on the range yesterday, but tell me what that.
Not
what
Taylor Hicks.
I just felt bad for the trees on the left. No, tell you who looked good on the range yesterday was Bo Van Pelt. That dude was striping it yesterday on the range. I don't know. What does that translate? I don't know. But he was the best looking swing on the range yesterday.
Better swing, Bo Van
George
Pelt
McNeil.
or Bo Bichette?
Whew. It was George McNeil.
Rank your
George
bows.
McNeil. George McNeil was raking yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like bunkers?
No.
Putts?
He was hitting the ball well.
When we say raking,
Good trajectory.
when you say rake in golf, you are raking a putt.
Rake it
and
off
or
the fairway.
Raking a bunker.
Off the fairway. Sheesh.
Usually that's just so you know, just when you're having a conversation with golf dudes, golf bros.
Like you currently are.
Yes. Like you currently are. So talking to Saber, you don't say raking irons. That's a baseball term.
Yeah, I don't care what y'all think about that.
You're going to have to speak the language. If you're going to have a conversation about golf with me on the air, you have to speak the language. I don't go out there and say, baseball players are hitting cuts just inside the left foul pole. Or, man, he really drew that one right around the third baseman. I say, no, he raked that baseball over the fence. And or he did something
He
sweet.
caught that one on a rope.
Yes.
You don't say that.
No. I don't say that was an impressive flop shot into right center field. I don't say that turf that we play on now that doesn't have bad hops for the kids has like a certain stimp meter.
Ooh. But I think that could apply. You could have somebody go out there and measure the infields. So
Yeah.
It leans a little left here, guys. Play a step over towards third.
Love
Never know.
that.
It could happen.
Also, funny story yesterday. A guy came up to me randomly. He's like, "Oh, I know Cole Cubelic." I was like, "Oh, you're the first person."
There's not many of those.
The amount of people that came up to me like, hey man, I know Cole. I know Cole from the past life. Yesterday,
Play the Undertaker
I know
again.
Cole from high school. I'm like, all right, let's see. It's like on every hole, the relationship with you went back a little further.
John, remind me to ask people to do this next year, please. Just to infuriate Greg.
It doesn't infuriate me at all. I'm like, I realize he's from here. I'd hope some of you people that are here at the golf course would know Cole
I
Cubelic.
did not grow up at Greystone, for those
You
listening.
grew up close enough. All right. You grew up OTM, which to me is not the
Greystone is outside the mountain, by the way, not over the mountain.
biggest. No, false. Greystone Crest is at the top of the other mountain, in between the
It's
two
a totally
mountains.
different mountain range.
No.
It's like Utah and Colorado, two different things.
Both the Rockies.
Hmm.
If you want to use the example of Appalachia against the Rockies, I'll
You're still on the trail?
yeah, exactly. But a guy came up to me yesterday. Goes, "Hey man, I got a great story. You tell Cole in the air." I was like, "All right, let's hear it." He goes, "Well, you tell him that Coach says hello, and he still remembers that one time that Cole hit one over the fence into the trees when he was playing for Homewood Middle School or whatever it might have been."
What was next after the trees?
That
Parking
was all.
lot
That's all I got. Yeah.
into the Big B drugstore?
Yeah, and I guess the pitcher walked off and was like, the coach told him that it still hadn't landed.
It hasn't, technically.
Yes, and he's like, Cole, love that story. I was like, yeah, no kidding. Imagine that, Cole. Me telling Cole about one of the home runs he hit and how a coach on the other side still remembers it.
I like how you say one of like there was three.
I don't know how many home runs you had.
More than three.
What
It's a
age?
decent amount. I don't know what age he's talking about because there were a lot of home runs at a lot of ages.
Oh,
so I can't
Here we go.
really specify
Goodness
exactly
gracious
when it was.
alive.
Specifically ones that went through trees into drugstores. There was only 2 or 3 of those. Not a ton.
Gotcha. Well, I figured that you would appreciate that.
Where was he the coach?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Dude, I met so many people that knew you yesterday, and every single person had a different story about Cole Cubelic.
How many of them hated me?
He dialed
No,
out.
a lot of people
What
liked you.
percentage hated me?
I know
people
Cole
like
Cubelic. I'm
60?
out.
Hey, you keep Cole in line now. I get that one a lot.
Tell that guy I hate him. He hates Auburn.
Cole's one of the good ones. You get that a lot too. Like, yeah, one of the good what?
I got a lot of people that disagree.
One of the ones. What's the ones? Tell me what the ones are. He's one of the good ones.
One of them.
Those guys.
I'll be honest with you, Greg. For an Alabama guy, you're all right. I get that a lot too. But it was fun yesterday. It was always fun to see folks, and there were just a lot of people that listen to the show, and it makes me very happy. To the point now, with Liv now being gone, clearly music on the course didn't work. Right? Like, we're at tournaments, we know that that's not a thing. That's not going to work. May I propose this weekend at the Regions, they just live stream Mac and Cube over the speakers.
Let's go.
So the wonderful people down there can hear us.
Would love that.
That'd be nice.
Do they let senior tour wear shorts during rounds?
No.
I would think about with older gentlemen that would be something that would they may be open to.
What does that have to do with anything?
So you don't want those guys overheating?
Oh, because you're worried about their age?
Yeah.
These guys are like
Also, we talked about it yesterday
like
after
3
you went on
years older
course.
than you.
I know. I did not realize 50 was when you could start playing on the senior tour.
Yeah.
John quickly pointed out it's not the senior citizen tour.
Yeah, it's not the geriatrics tour.
Still. Yeah.
I think when they started this tour, the bigger names were just older. So Chi Rodriguez, Lee Trevino, those guys, it felt like kind of that was the age that was going to be the main draw in this tour, and it's obviously not now. And then we had a different conversation after the show ended of, I wonder at what age do these golfers that are pretty good, like not elite, but pretty good, maybe won, 2-3 tournaments, whatever it is in their career, they're just dying to get on this tour.
Dude, winning 2 or 3 tournaments in your career is pretty dang sporty.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that was 5, 8, 12 years ago, and now they're just like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get on that tour. Just because it feels like a much.
Yeah, you have a chance.
Well,
You
it feels like a
actually
much
have a chance.
just more laid back style of golf.
Yeah.
But
I think it would be really fun to be on that style of golf. I think it'd be an absolute blast. But I also am unfamiliar with the circumstances surrounding being, I guess, having status on the senior tour. I think if you win a PGA Tour event, you always have status or something along the lines of that. But I don't know that for sure. It's something close to that.
we shall see.
Yeah.
Maybe the senior tour is in your future one day.
No, there have been many players, many people that believed that they actually had a chance to make it on the senior tour that did not play, that played. You know who won? You know one? Ken Wisenhunt. Remember Ken Wisenhunt?
Of course.
Really good player. Probably a scratch golfer, +1, +2 handicap. Really good player. Believed that he could, upon finishing coaching, just go and try the senior tour and got absolutely worked. I'm talking.
Jeez, I didn't
worked.
think you had to do that to him today.
No, it just didn't. Dude, there's a very big difference between being a professional and a guy that's really good at golf. Massive difference.
Maybe that's a conversation we should have. Who has transitioned careers into sports better than anyone else?
Yeah, I don't know. But I would say going and becoming a professional golfer is probably one of the sweetest things you can do.
Kyler Murray, baseball into football.
Does that count?
Yeah, it's
I go maybe John Elway, baseball and the football.
that's a good one too. Dave Winfield, all sports into baseball. But if you talk about someone who wasn't a professional in another sport, but was a professional in something, and then moved into sports, do we even have examples of that? Somebody who turned pro in something other than sports first, then went back to sports. Do we have that example? I told you guys, I accidentally came across this a few weeks ago. Frankie Muniz is like a real NASCAR driver.
Yeah, you said that. I'm still not sure I buy it. I believe you, but I don't know if I buy it.
Athletic event.
Oh, okay, all right.
No,
We're
NASCAR
opening
is
up
a
the door
sport.
here. It is.
I've seen him in the jackets and at races and stuff, like in the actual pit, not like.
NASCAR is absolutely a sport.
Well, you can buy one of the jackets in the pro shop and then just go down there and get a pit pass.
No, I saw him getting out of a car, not a stunt.
On race day.
Correct.
Maybe he was the pace car.
No, he was sweaty.
He has a page at NASCAR.com.
Yeah, he's been.
He drives the number 33 Ford. I don't know the other main sponsors because there's 77 on his jacket. I don't know which one you say. The number 77 Ford is all. It's 33 Ford is all it says. I don't know who else are his main sponsors. Team Real
Madrid.
Frankie Muniz drives the number 33 Team Reum Ford full-time for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. My bad.
So he drives trucks. Let's ride.
Sweet, but
I knew it like that guy.
he ran full-time in the ARCA Menard Series for Rhett Jones Racing as the actor who starred in the Malcolm in the Middle sitcom, began a career in stock car racing. Listen, it's still impressive that he's able to get to there.
No question.
I don't know if he did like the go-karts growing up or whatever it is that the kids do, trying to get into this. But that's the only one I can think of right now. Anybody else that just out of nowhere?
Just out of the
Talatoa was working at a golf course and then went right into running back for the UFL.
Yeah, full pivot. I mean, the UFL's probably got the best examples of it.
We had a running back for DC a couple of years ago that was selling cars at a Toyota dealership in Miami, and then a week later he was playing for the Defenders in the championship game. I can't remember his name.
I don't recall. I do think I'm trying to think. I feel like there's a couple guys that have like done really random transitions. Like for example, the one guy, I think his name was Blake Martinez, played for the Giants. He was in like year 4 of the NFL and decided all of a sudden to become a professional Pokemon.
What are you talking about?
He was like a professional Pokemon card dealer.
Collector? Dealer?
Yeah, card dealer, card redistributor. I don't know what you guys do.
I don't know if he got the cards. If he got the one that Jake Paul had and sold for $15 million, he's doing pretty good.
I'm not saying he's not killing it. I mean, he left the NFL for it, so he's probably doing okay. McAfee, good example of a guy that left the NFL to pursue a career in sports media.
But I'm thinking, I'm talking into actual sports.
The Miz? I mean, he was a quote reality star, and I guess you still kind of are when you go to WWE. But
sports entertainment, yes, for sure. But
Logan Paul, Jake Paul,
boxing, you could kind of say that.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
you wanted
they went
to give
from being
him real
a
boxer.
YouTube star into fighters.
That's
not your normal transition.
No, but one of the big 4 sports is, or even extended further.
Yeah.
Cole Cubelic hitting bombs into parking lots as a 7th grader.
Grew up doing that.
Yeah, but he was probably also like 3 times bigger than all the kids. Does it really count? Probably not.
Have I told have I ever told you my Hal Baird Rick Trickett story?
No.
Maybe it's time for that
it's
one.
It's never good when you laugh before him just based on a reaction.
I'll tell you that story on the other side. Pete Thamel going to join us at 8. Wimp Sanderson going to join us at 9. And I will tell you how close I was to playing baseball at Auburn, or not close I was to playing baseball at Auburn, next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Chuck tweets in, at Mac and Cube, Frankie Muniz used the chassis, essentially the roll cage, a few years ago in a race that Sterling Martin drove in the accident that killed Dale Sr. I don't know if that's real or not.
No clue.
Louis DeArmond tweets in, Logan Paul's around because he sold an onion turtle card. I think he did some other things. We might not be big fans of them, but Chase tweets in, Kurt Warner, bag boy to NFL. There it is. That's the example we've been looking for. That's the one. Maybe
also
the only one.
Arena player.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He did go through arena to get to NFL, but was just bagging groceries, I think. And that was it. That's what I don't think we have a lot of examples of. Kind of like you saying you in triathlon.
No. No, I could complete a triathlon. Yes. Not an Ironman. Like, y'all need to understand. And I feel like we have had this. No, it wasn't. I could never claim I couldn't run a marathon.
Damien?
So that's a bad start.
Damien?
It was an Olympic length triathlon.
I think it was Ironman.
It was Ironman.
Could not run
Started
an
out
Ironman.
Ironman.
I think it was Ironman.
You better not try to run the whole thing because I know you can't run on water, and that's not going to work. You're going to at least have to cycle and swim some of it.
I can tell you this. I can't swim 2 miles, not in open water.
I wonder how far I could get before my arms would just completely lock up.
I think you would. I think the swimming is the hardest part.
I'm
Especially
not
in the
going to say
ocean.
it's not, but I am also, unfortunately, an all-arm swimmer. I don't use my legs well enough, so I can see myself at like 400 yards, just arms not working anymore, just being done. Rhabdomyolysis sets in, go straight to the bottom.
I don't know. I think
I also do think that in order, it would probably be cycling, swimming, running for me.
yeah.
Like those would be my fastest to slowest times. And by fastest to slowest, I mean running extremely slow.
Running would be the easiest part for me, but I couldn't do a marathon. I could do a 5K or a 10K. I think the sprint is a 5K. I think the
sprint is the 5K.
the sprint. Yeah. Well, it's 3 miles. That's not like an insane distance. I run 3 miles every day almost. Like it's really not an insane distance. No, it's not. It's just not an insane distance.
The Olympic triathlon consists of a 0.93 mile swim.
Yeah.
24.85 mile bike ride.
Yeah.
And a 6.2 mile run.
Yeah. So 10K.
Is it in that order?
Yes.
Oh no.
Those legs are going to be struggling at the end of that.
If you're not against the
run.
clock, you could do it. That's not an outrageously, you got to train for it, of course, but it's not an outrageously difficult distance.
Yeah,
Ironman, think about this,
there's
is
much
4
of a challenge.
times bit longer
There's
than
not
that.
much of a challenge to say, hey, could you start this and then at some point in your life complete it?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Well, you have to actually run. I mean, you can't, or jog. You can't walk the 10K. You can't just, it's not straight
I've seen some
downhill.
ladies at the mall that could probably outwalk your run.
It's not straight downhill on the bike ride. So I think there requires some hills and some maneuvering. The swim would be a very, very difficult distance. That's a long way to go. That is a long,
I had
long
to
way to go.
go back to the archives, but on June 3rd, this aired on Mac and
Come
Cube.
on, baby.
I'm not a workout warrior like that. Good in the weight room. Good
If
in
you
certain
could do
lifts.
one or the other, which would you rather do?
Triathlon for sure. 100%. I think I could finish a triathlon. I had no chance.
How much do you want on that right now?
I could do an Olympic length triathlon.
How much?
Wow.
Do you want to wager on that right now?
Hold on.
How long do I get to train?
You didn't say that. You just said you could finish one.
I
Right
think I
now.
could. Yeah, I think I could.
Okay. Olympic length.
Not an Ironman. Very big difference.
I'm trying to look up the difference right now.
I'll tell you right now. It's a 125 mile
It's a good
bike.
bit more.
It's a 112 mile bike. I think it's a 112 mile bike. It's a marathon.
Oh,
And it's like a 2.5 mile swim.
140 total miles.
No.
Yeah, I think it's 112 plus a marathon plus a 2 mile swim. Good luck. And in the ocean. Yeah. Good luck with that. See, that's what Cole does. Cole does this all the time. He does this all the time. He did it a few years ago with Nate Oates, which still gets brought up to me when he tells Nate Oates that I don't watch Alabama basketball, don't care about Alabama basketball. It still
Go to
gets
the
brought up to
archives
me.
and see if I ever said that. I never
Oh,
said
check
that.
the tape
I
on the
don't
interview
remember
when
this.
I was
Never
not
said
there
that.
at the Regents Tradition.
I
2
know
or 3
exactly
years
how that
ago.
interview went because I revisited it with someone yesterday. They asked me how it
1000%.
went, and he sat down and he said, "Where's Greg?" And I said, "He's already on the course." And he goes, "Man, that's unfortunate because I would have liked to have this conversation on air together." And I said, I will act as Hansel. Here are the breadcrumbs. Go ahead and let's have the conversation now.
See?
He didn't want to have it. I never said you didn't watch Alabama
100%.
basketball.
He's a football only gump, is what Coach Cole called me to our head basketball coach. He
ain't
And
been
still
on,
to this day, it gets brought up to me.
ain't been on since.
Yeah.
Ain't been on since.
Cole did that. So Cole does it. He also said I could complete a triathlon. I can't, or an Ironman. Very big difference between an Ironman and a triathlon. Saying
Olympic.
you care more about football than
Olympic.
basketball, very big difference. To Cole's interpretation, hates basketball.
Fair. Olympic goes
Golly.
1,500 meter swim to 3,800 meter swim. The bike goes from 24.8 miles to 112 miles.
Yeah, almighty.
I wonder how long it would take me to ride 112 miles. Even if it was just straight, that'd be some time. And then you go from a 6.2 mile run to a 26 mile run.
Think about that.
No, I
A
can't.
marathon on the
I
back
cannot
end of a
think about-
112 mile bike, you said?
Yes, after you swam
A
2.5
marathon.
miles.
So what's what's the fastest time in an Ironman? Then?
Oh, gosh. Dude,
Like-
it takes people like 24 hours to do it. It's like
Take me a month.
7 hours and 21 minutes.
That's
What?
the record? Yeah. That's the record.
Christian Blumenfeld from Norway.
I wouldn't want-
2021 Ironman Cozumel. Man,
All
he
right.
did it with all those distractions too.
You got to run by Carlos and Charlie's. You got to run by Senor Frogs.
Wow.
You got to dodge Carnival Cruise and Norwegian Cruise and all these other cruise ship.
7 hours to do all of that.
All those DJs are playing on the beach.
See, that's probably how make you run faster.
Get you pumped up.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Do you want me to tell the story now or go to break, John?
I don't know. You teased it.
I did. So I'll,
But we also went too long, and we don't have any seats yesterday to go long. We did yesterday, not today.
What?
you should be thankful that John is going to pull audio to prove you right, which is rare on this show.
See, that's the thing. Cole will exaggerate. That's why I got to keep him in check a little bit. He'll do this.
It's called entertainment,
No, it's not when it's used against you.
not in the court of law.
Not in the court of law.
To be fair, I tried to use it against Greg. I misheard. I thought he'd said one thing. So.
Goodness gracious.
right.
We all
Unreal.
heard
If I brought
Ironman.
this up in the courtroom, I'd have
guys are
egg
the
on my
worst.
face.
I'm
feel
done
dumb.
with you guys being my
Mistrial.
friends.
Mistrial.
You are now just coworkers, no longer friends. You have moved into the coworker category.
Teetering on acquaintances.
Yes, teetering on acquaintances.
I will tell that story on the other side. Before I do that, I'll tell you about Game Day Men's Health. If you're lacking energy, feeling on edge, lacking sleep, Game Day Men's Health wants to help you today. Even just a little bit of weight loss, they can help you there. 10-15% of their customer base are females, so just remember that when we're talking about Game Day Men's Health. I know what the title of the company is, but they can help you as well with peptides or weight loss, a holistic approach to health and wellness. Minimal upfront cost from the programs they offer. You go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com right now. Sign up for that free consultation. You're going to go in, free PSA test, free testosterone test. They're going to give you your baseline health, let you know the different ways they can help you. Save 10% on any of those when you mention Mac and Cube when you walk in the front door. Today at Game Day Men's Health, go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more information. All right, story time next right here on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. EZ tweets in, Niners legend John Brody, NFL senior tour, saw him play with Arnie in Dallas. So he went from football to golf. So that would be one other that we didn't think of.
I'm unfamiliar with him. What year was this?
Ooh, that was
When Arnie was playing, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it looks like that was probably early 90s maybe.
Yeah. Something tells me, early 90s. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's...
Seth Bryan, John Smoltz played in the U.S. Senior Open in golf. He got getting an exemption to one tournament, I don't think qualifies what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah.
But something like Brock Lesnar going from WWE to UFC. I know it's kind of similar.
That's kind of the same, right?
But it's similar to his wrestling his collegiate wrestling background.
Yeah.
But still going from kind of hitting to fully hitting.
Which one? This is a serious question.
Do you think Brock Lesnar cares about getting fully hit versus
cares about getting
fake
fully
hit?
tested?
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
Which one honestly was first?
Thought it was WWE.
I don't know, but I know that he was coming up, and it was like Shane Carwin was a really good there's a really good heavyweight class, and then because everybody wanted Kimbo Slice to come join that heavyweight class, and the real folks were like, he doesn't want to do that, and he didn't, but he was great for the backyard videos. But I want to say he actually was trying UFC first, and then went to WWE, and then came back. And I don't think he was as good when he came back. I could be wrong on that. My timeline could be way off on that. So I used to go, I was friends with a couple guys on Auburn's baseball team.
Yeah.
I can't believe I said I'm going to tell this because this is just going to feel like just a gigantic humble brag. And it didn't mean
No,
it
it's
that way.
no, it's not. No. It's a funny story, and we're not going to treat it as
tell your
such,
story.
depending on the
you would
content.
utilize this against me for years.
Well, it'd
That's
be
okay.
nice to have something that you use against you,
Okay,
considering all the
I'm
things
about
you
to
use
hand it
against
off
me.
to you here. I'm about to pull a McElroy and hand it off to you.
Perfect.
baby.
Heck yeah. Put it in the belly.
I'll
I'll get the right arm up.
When Takeo Spikes left Auburn, I was the strongest player on the team.
Okay.
I could get it in the weight room.
Pound for pound.
Strongest player on the team.
Okay,
Light work.
Pound for pound.
Light work.
Strongest player on the team.
Yeah, but you were also, among the heavier. So I could probably take
There were
like a
plenty
slot
heavier,
wide out.
Yeah.
plenty heavier,
Yeah.
and none lighter that were close.
Let's go.
Let's put it that way. Which, by the way, I do think our description of strongest player on the team back when it was the 3 big lifts is a little different than now. How they do it. But hey, it qualified. I was a pretty strong dude in college, and I grew up playing baseball. That was my first love. So in the summer, those guys would go out there and they would just screw around and do like long toss for hours. And then they would hit a little bit, but it was never these organized practices. Like they're always just kind of messing around. Well, I would go out there and hit with them. So we would work out in the mornings. Of course, we had to. Like we were forced to. With all your 7 optional times for the day, we had to work out at the 5:30 time. And so in the summer, you have 1 or 2 classes. We weren't on the fast track to graduate like players now. At least I wasn't. And so you had the rest of the day. I would go out there 3-4 days a week and I would hit. Well, Tom Slater became the head coach. He was then the assistant head coach.
Yeah.
Hal Baird was the head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always be out there just kind of watching, either sitting in the stands or be up in the little booth or whatever. And I get a call in my dorm room one night after I had been out there hitting with them. And I wish Kevin Norst or Derek Reef could call into this show to tell you guys, because you also have to consider this is like 1999. This is like one of the hottest bat eras of college baseball ever. Like these bats destroyed the baseball.
Oh, it was the bats.
No, this was like,
Not the injectables.
okay.
99.
I'd be happy to
pretty
go.
Pretty good
I
year.
will let the hair grow out for as many weeks as I need. If you want to pay for the hair follicle test to see if I ever took steroids, I'll be glad to volunteer for that.
I'm just saying pretty good era for home runs and strength.
It was also that, yes.
So weird that it would come on the heels in summer of '98.
Unless the Go recovery drinks that they were handing us, which was basically a
This was
gross
pre-NIL.
chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, pre-NIL, couldn't afford steroids, too expensive.
So, like, there was a day that I put one over the scoreboard in center field.
It's okay.
It was I was trying to tell my kids that story when we went to the game earlier this year, and my 8-year-old looks at me and he said, "Dad, there is no way you hit a baseball over that scoreboard out there." I was like, "I'm just here to tell you. There was a time when I was 305 pounds
Yeah.
and
See, that scoreboard back there.
semi-athletic. No, I'm not saying it was in a game.
But you got to hold to one.
Got a hold of one.
To be honest with you, that doesn't bother me as much. I feel like sometimes, granted, not as much spin on the ball, but hitting a 92-mile-an-hour fastball out of the ballpark can maybe be harder than hitting like a 58-mile-an-hour fastball. Like,
I see where you're going with that, but not for me.
yeah.
I think the 92 I probably would have really struggled with. So Hal
Fair
Baird, I get a phone call in my dorm room that night. The one to center field was the one that did it. Like that's the one that I think Tom Slater was there and a couple other guys like went and told him. Because Rob Pate did this too. Y'all can ask Rob about this. Rob would go hit in the cages. He was smart. He wouldn't go hit out on the field like I did. Like he did it where no one else would know about it. And he actually almost ended up playing baseball at Auburn also.
Man, y'all must have been good at baseball.
Not terrible. And listen, I'm not saying I was winning gold gloves, but there was an aspect of the game that was decent. And I get a call in my dorm room that night, and it's Hal Baird. And I had met Coach Baird, and I went to Auburn baseball games just to watch when I was there.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey man, listen, like we've been watching y'all out there hit, and I've seen what you can do." He goes, "Would you want to try to be a part of the team in a very light capacity?" And I was like, "I love baseball. I love opportunity." And he said, we would never put you in the field. We're talking like pinch hit, DH, like, and that's it." He said, "You'll miss no spring practices unless you get the okay, we're on the road or something. But like the plan would be for you to not miss any spring, but like exactly the way you would want to line it up."
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have laid it out any better. And Coach Baird is like just a champion of everything. He's awesome. And
Champion of life.
the way you would expect him to lay it out.
Yeah.
Just a jewel of a human. And so I was like, this is incredible. Like, I would love to do this. I want to do this. And like Carson Bailey, a wide receiver at Auburn, had played baseball there the year before. I think Frank Sanders kind of tooled around with it a little bit. Like there had been guys that had done it. It's not just Frank Thomas. And so the next day I go again, 6:30, 5:30 workout. I get done, go down to the coach's offices. Trick gets in there just watching film. So I walk in and I lay this whole thing out for him. I say, "Coach, I got a question for you." Now, keep in mind, this was the year that I had already started 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I was in decent standing, which you were never in great standing. It's always rocky.
But it was a good day. It was a good
It
moment.
felt like, hey, I at least proved something to where I was in the lineup, had some responsibility for the team, like a little bit reliable.
For sure.
So I lay the whole thing out to him. You guys have heard the stories before, so like you know how the reactions things are. And I'm sitting on the little leather sofa. All the offices were. Did you ever notice that, Greg? How all the coaches' offices, like the furniture, was aligned exactly the same, like the couch, the desk,
Normally.
the projector, or
Perfect
TV,
layout.
like everything. Like
Not a lot of
maybe
thought put
one
into
coach like set his up different for some reason, but the little leather coach to the left when you walked in, like every player in that era would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on that couch, and he's at his desk, not looking at me, looking at film, by the way.
Of course.
And he puts his little clicker down, and he said, "Man, Cubelic, that's great. That sounds like a great opportunity." And I didn't know what to say. And so we sit. He goes, "All right, okay. That's nice."
Real nice.
And so I kind of stand up, and I was like, "I guess this is over." And so
That'll do it.
I was like, "All right, Coach, well, I'll keep you posted. Thank you. Nothing over here is in jeopardy. You're not going to miss anything. Like everything." He goes, "All right." So I walk out, and I get 2 steps out the door, and I hear, "Hey, Cubelic." Turn back around, walk in. Now he's standing up, facing the door. So I guess it's real now. He said, "You going to do it? You going to go out there? Baseball?" I said, "Coach, I think it's a great opportunity." I said, "Something that I would love to do." I said, "I think I should do it." He goes, "Uh-huh. Well, if you do, don't effing come back."
Get out.
And that's when I learned who pays the bills or who counts.
Yes.
Almighty.
I think that makes sense.
See you at practice tomorrow, Coach.
See you tomorrow.
Oh,
And that was the end of my baseball career at Auburn.
hey. That's
Hey,
wild.
That's a longer career than some.
It was a fun 14 hours
Love that.
in which I had a chance to maybe be a small part of the team.
Yeah.
You got to love that. I think it's fantastic.
And then Macho Man came off the top rope with an elbow and put me to sleep.
It was a great run.
That was it.
It was
What a run.
good. I don't think I went back out there the rest of the summer.
I don't think I would either.
Screw it. I'm done.
I'm done.
I hate this.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out of here.
That one stung.
Right.
I'd have rather pushed the sled than that.
It's like, man, he's just trying to, the way that you laid it out, it's, if I'm a coach, like, okay, yeah, go be great, man.
No.
No.
Doesn't work that
Talking
way.
about an offensive line coach.
Yeah, about to say. Well, I don't know.
Coach a little different.
I don't know what
not,
you're.
not very sensible.
It was
I'm
so
about to say,
it
I'm
was
not
so
sure.
serious
I'm not sure what you're trying to.
that
Still
Cole
line coach.
it was so serious that Cole didn't do the accent. That's how serious he was. Rick Churkin didn't do his normal accent right there. It's like, oh, you mean it?
Hey, Cubelic, you gonna go out there and do it? I just think it's a good opportunity, coach. If you do. I was like, uh-oh. I was expecting maybe like you'll have to do up downs every day if you did. And I was like, I'll do that.
I'll do it.
It's worth it. Just don't come back. You're done.
Just don't. It's out. Absolutely out.
Locker cleaned out.
See ya.
Oh, man.
Don't come back.
Mm.
It's a good run.
Yeah.
Great run.
That's wild.
That was it. That was the end. Okay.
Man.
Love
So-
that.
But you put one over the scoreboard, though.
Yeah, not a lot of people could say that.
Yeah.
No, I don't know how many people can say that. I'm sure Kevin Chabot and Josh Donaldson hit plenty over the scoreboard,
Few.
Yeah. I
especially in
imagine
that
so.
hot bat era. I feel like Ike Irish probably got a couple over there. Scoreboard.
That's a name.
Yeah.
The name like Ike Irish, you definitely have gone deep a few times.
Yes. Okay, that was the end of that. When we come back, some interesting college football news floating around and a new post-spring top 25. Who would we expect to be there and who might be different towards the top? All that and more next on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Appreciate you guys tuning in. 800-239-9569 if you want to get in. 800-239-WJOX. Always enjoy a little story time here. So,
Man.
Cody tweets in, my cousin Sterling played offensive line at Florida State, and his coach was Trickett. And listening to the stories he told me of him, I 100% believe Cubelic's story this morning. Not that I needed it, but I appreciate that,
Right,
Cody.
right.
I mean,
Just the cosign.
we know what the, yeah. And I've talked to some guys that played with him there, and they're like, yeah, it wasn't as bad as when the first wave at Auburn, when the things they used to tell us. But it's still got to be entertaining.
Very.
100%.
Very. It always cracks me up though when you I'm amazed, still constantly amazed by how different college football is today versus how it was 30 years ago.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's just 25 years ago. It's like insane how different it was. Insane. Even when I was in school, but even when I was in school, it was different than when it was 10 years ago.
How do we
10
think
years prior to when I was playing?
How do we think punishment work operates today? Like, do you even think guys have to go run stadiums or do up downs, or is it even a thing?
Can't be.
No,
you can't just let guys be late for meetings.
No.
Now some of these coaches are talking about finding them.
That's how they're doing it now.
Right.
What would they have fined us back in the day?
All of it.
$10.
You get no
Coach, I don't
meal.
have 10.
You don't get your $28 meal money for Wednesday.
No per diem.
When the Sewell Hall is closed.
No per diem.
I want to say, I'm trying to remember what our per diem was for the day. I think it was like $32.
Ours was like $13 on game weekend.
I think it was like $5. I think they gave you like $5, $7, $12.
Wow.
Something along those lines. The math doesn't add up, but I just remember when the day they told us what we got for each meal, and I was thinking, we can't do McDonald's for that. Like, what?
I'm still hungry.
I guess that doesn't compute. Johnny Sigep, who's 180, doesn't eat on that. Like, what?
Like, do they still do up downs nowadays?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what punishment work is for guys. If they even have that. Like, do you have to go run gassers if you screw up?
Take their phone away.
They take their phone away.
That's a big one, by the way.
That's a big
Make them
one.
take in-person classes.
No iPads.
Transfer portal.
Talk without speakerphone.
No iPads. They treat them like we treat our 6-year-olds.